The silence surrounding the matter was finally shattered when Jungkook spoke, and with his words came a profound shift in the atmosphere surrounding BTS and their global fandom. What compelled him to step forward, breaking his usual reserve, to directly address the swirling storm of speculation about Taehyung allegedly being followed? Why did this specific issue ignite such intense fear, tension, and non-stop debate among ARMY across the globe? And most importantly, what truth exists beneath the layers of noise that unsettled millions who simply refuse to remain silent? Taehyung, known internationally as V of BTS, has always been admired for carrying himself with calm composure and dignified restraint. Yet, reports of him being followed during what appeared to be a simple morning jog triggered a wave of concern unlike anything the fandom had experienced in recent months. This was no orchestrated publicity stunt, nor the kind of shallow controversy that sometimes clings to public figures. It was a real-life moment captured in real time, one that raised immediate alarms. The image seemed innocuous enough at first, Taehyung jogging outdoors, his posture relaxed, his routine seemingly ordinary. Yet in the background, another individual appeared, close enough to spark suspicion, distant enough to leave room for speculation. What initially seemed like a harmless coincidence quickly evolved into global headlines and heated questions about his safety, privacy, and the invisible boundaries surrounding one of the most recognized faces in the world. Over the following days, speculation spread uncontrollably. Was Taehyung truly being stalked? Who was the mysterious figure seen behind him? Why had no one intervened? Social media became flooded with blurry photos, passionate arguments, and endless threads of analysis. Fans worldwide voiced outrage, emphasizing that such an incident should never be possible for someone of his stature. Their concern escalated into demands for immediate answers and concrete action. Yet, the factor that truly shifted the situation into a new dimension was not the speculation itself, it was Jungkook's decision to break his silence. Known for being thoughtful, careful, and deliberate with his words, Jungkook rarely addresses rumors head-on. But this time, the issue touched Taehyung, and by extension, a nerve too deep for him to ignore. When Jungkook finally spoke, his words were weighted with urgency and emotion. He redirected the focus back to the essence of the matter, Taehyung's safety, and away from the distortions circulating online. His tone was neither casual nor detached. Instead, it carried the gravity of someone confronting not only misinformation but also the harsh reality that even the smallest moment can be twisted into something dangerous. Beneath the glitter of global celebrity, Jungkook reminded fans, lies the fragile reality of human vulnerability. Why did Jungkook intervene this time when he might have remained silent before? Because the rumor had crossed into dangerous territory. It was no longer just idle chatter, it was striking at the heart of security and dignity for someone he considers not just a colleague, but a closest friend. His statement electrified the fandom. Fans described the atmosphere as tense, their timelines exploding with reactions. Jungkook's remarks did more than deny a rumor, they shed light on the broader issue of how quickly unverified assumptions spiral into hysteria. He clarified that the individual behind Taehyung was not a stalker, not a shadowy figure lurking with intent, but simply another runner sharing the same public space. The reality was ordinary, but fear had magnified it into something sinister. His words attempted to anchor the narrative back into reality, cutting through layers of panic. And yet, even this clarification did not immediately ease the storm, because the fear already planted in the fandom ran too deep. The ARMY's response was divided. Some fans expressed relief, grateful for Jungkook's assurance that Taehyung had not been targeted. Others remained unsettled, arguing that the very ease with which a normal situation had been interpreted as dangerous revealed a larger issue, how vulnerable idols of BTS's magnitude are, even in ordinary public spaces. It took only one blurred photo to spark global panic, underscoring just how thin the line between perception and reality has become. Why had the rumor spread with such speed? Why were so many so ready to believe Taehyung was in danger? The answer lies in the deep emotional investment ARMY has in their idols. The very thought of harm, real or imagined, cuts to the heart of their greatest fear, losing the people they love to the dangers that accompany fame. Jungkook's intervention was about more than denying a rumor. It was about defending Taehyung's dignity, protecting his image, and addressing the destructive cycle of misinformation that thrives in the digital age. His tone reflected not only frustration but also care. He made it clear that behind every headline, every viral image, there are real people, people who deserve space, respect, and freedom from constant suspicion. In stepping forward, Jungkook revealed something significant about his character. Often seen as reserved, preferring silence over conflict, he nevertheless does not hesitate to speak when it truly matters. His words carried not just the weight of his role as a BTS member, but also the sincerity of someone personally tied to Taehyung. Fans understood instantly that this was not a PR move or a hollow reassurance, it was an emotional defense of someone he deeply values. And yet, even with clarification, the scar of the incident remained. The panic it stirred was real. Fans could not easily dismiss the question that lingered: what if next time it is not harmless? This unresolved fear haunted discussions long after Jungkook's statement. It highlighted the fragile nature of security for idols and raised unsettling questions about the balance between fame and personal safety. The incident also exposed how easily perception becomes distorted in the digital era. A fleeting image of one man jogging behind another, ordinary in most contexts, had been transformed into a narrative of danger and pursuit. Once amplified through repetition and collective fear, it became indistinguishable from fact. This episode revealed how misinformation does not always arise from malice, sometimes it grows simply from genuine worry meeting incomplete context. In this sense, the story was as much about ARMY as it was about Taehyung. Their protective instinct, born of love, can also be their vulnerability. The inability to separate possibility from reality allowed fear to fuel hysteria. This was not malice, but vigilance pushed to an extreme. Yet the emotional toll was undeniable: days of unrest, online conflict, and an atmosphere of distrust around the very spaces idols occupy. Jungkook's decision to speak therefore became not only a clarification, but a lesson. It reminded everyone that not every alarming image reflects danger, and that truth must always be verified before panic takes hold. His words marked a boundary between perception and reality that the fandom urgently needed. Without them, the misunderstanding might have grown into a lasting narrative, further damaging Taehyung's public image and straining the fragile trust between idols and fans. In the end, the conclusion was clear: Taehyung had not been followed by a stalker. The supposed threat was an illusion created by circumstance, magnified by fear, and amplified.